Hey Fae folk, welcome and welcome back. So as you can see, we are going to be doing another unboxing video today, and today we're taking a look at two of the Rainbow High Sparkle and Shine dolls. I feel like it has been genuinely so long since I've done a Rainbow High unboxing on this channel. Like, I'm trying to think of what the last one was. It would have been the Slime Maya, like the new Cora Maya after the reboot. I think that was the last one I did, which means that I actually have not unboxed a Rainbow High doll in this new doll room yet, which is kind of crazy, but obviously we are rectifying that today. I did pick up both Rosetta and Viola from the Sparkle and Shine line, and I had you guys vote, and you said you wanted a combined review, so here we are. I am genuinely so weirdly excited about these. Like, obviously, as you can see looking in the box, they're a little bit strange for Rainbow High. They do have a whole gimmick where their legs are filled with like oil of some sort. I wanted to say baby oil, but like I don't know actually what kind of oil it is, but oil of some sort. And they do like have kind of a snow globe effect with the glitter in there. Not sure how well it's working, but they have that. And it's a little strange. And honestly, when these dolls first were announced, I thought that I wasn't going to want any of them because of that, because like it is very reminiscent of Novi Stars and like mermaids, right, with their tails from the winter line. With Novi Stars, it made sense because the ones that had the legs like that, I mean, they're all aliens, so it's kind of like, okay, yeah, that tracks. And then with mermaids, it was like, okay, well, they're mermaids. Like, it's still in the realm of fantasy. And I guess technically this is too, because Rainbow High is going off on like a whole weird fantasy tangent. I don't really know. I don't know what's going on with the show. I've never known what's going on with the show, but like, especially now, I am so lost and confused. See, I didn't think I was going to like these, but then seeing the stock photos and seeing people post about them online, I'm genuinely shocked by how much I like all of the designs. Like, obviously I have these two here, but then if you look at the back of the box, you can see the other two, who I want to say, I think the orange one is Clementine. I cannot remember the blue one's name, but I also like those two. Like, I fully intend to buy all four, and I'm just very surprised by that because it's not like what I anticipated, but I'm not going to complain about dolls that make me happy, right? Like, it's not necessarily what I would have anticipated, and I still do think it's a little bit weird to have the glitter legs because it's weird to go from a line that feels very like high fashion oriented to a line that has glitter legs. Like those two don't really mesh for me. But if I take away the Rainbow High logo, like if I take away the thought in my head of like, oh, these are Rainbow High dolls, that's kind of weird. Objectively, I do think they're kind of cute. So yeah, we're going to be unboxing two of them today. Sorry if that was like a lot of explaining, but I did just feel like I needed to talk about that this is like really out of left field for Rainbow High, but at the very least, I totally understand that like the glitter legs are not for everybody. I've seen tons of people rebodying these dolls. At the very least, though, I do think their fashions are cute, and I think that's a good sign for the brand, so it makes me slightly more optimistic for what might be to come for Rainbow High. But yeah, anyway, who are we? Okay, so this is Rosetta, and this is Viola. So first, let's go ahead and take a look at what my rubric looked like for Viola. So for emotion, I just gave her a 2, average emotional response. Need to customize, I gave her a 4, because I do think I might want to do something with her hair, just because it is a little bit boring, but like, it's definitely not bad. Quality, I had to give them a 4 because obviously the articulation is lacking in the legs, and also the wrist articulation is gone, so not good quality for articulation, but I'm assuming the hair and the clothing are still good. Number of pieces I like, I gave her a 4 just because of the like little accessories. And then uniqueness, I went ahead and only gave Viola a 1 because if we're being honest, this is just Violet Willow. This was such a weird decision to me to make because like if you look at her, she's got a similar eye color. She has like the exact same hair color. She's obviously purple themed. She has the same skin tone. So aside from the fact that Viola has glitter legs, she is just the same character as Violet. And the fact that her name is Viola too is genuinely bonkers to me. Like, come on now. Y'all could have done anything to make this slightly more unique of a doll and stand out slightly from Violet. So yeah, I did only give her a 1 because I own some Violet dolls, I think. Hold on. I said that and then was like, wait, I think I actually sold, that's all. They might be in like my stock box to, do I still have a Violet doll? That's besides the point. I have in the past owned Violet dolls, so I didn't feel like she counted as being super unique. Anyway, that brings her to a total of 15 points, which means I was just barely justified in spending full price on her. And then moving on to Rosetta, she's a little bit more positive. So with her, so I gave her a 3 for the emotion, gave her a 5 for need to customize because I really don't think I'm going to do anything with her. Quality, a 4 as well. Number of pieces I like, a 4 as well. And then uniqueness, I did go ahead and give her a 5 because like, she is a brand new character, and I do feel like her design is quite unique, so I feel like she merited that. So she definitely had a better score. That's no shade to Viola. Like, I kind of feel bad because I feel like this pairing is like a little unfair because objectively speaking, at least to me, Rosetta's cooler. I still like Viola though. Like I'm gonna be kind of dogging on her doing this as like a duo video. But keep in mind, please, that I do still think she's cute and I will try to emphasize that, I guess. But I've been talking a lot. Sorry, long intro. I just kind of felt like these merited a bit of a longer intro because this is a weird release. Not complaining, but it is kind of a weird release. But I'm going to go ahead and unbox these girlies off camera, and then we will come back together and look at each of them and see what they have and like their quality and everything, and hopefully have a wonderful time doing so. So I will see you guys in a second. Okay, we've got our Rainbow High girly pops all unboxed, all ready to go. It's so funny because I've been doing so many Monster High unboxings lately that I was surprised when I saw the stands because like the G3 Monster High dolls don't come with stands. And I saw them in the box and was like, what's happening? Where am I? So obviously they do both come with stands and they do also still come with combs. I definitely could do without the combs, but I am super happy that Rainbow High is still including stands with their dolls just because I feel like with the kind of redirection that they've done, they very easily could have decided against the stands because they're obviously aiming things more at kids nowadays versus adult collectors. And so I definitely could see them getting rid of the stands. So I'm very happy that we have not reached that point yet. But yeah, let's go ahead and just dive on into the dolls. I think I'm going to go ahead and do Viola first, and then we'll talk about Rosetta. But we do have to turn both of them around for a moment so that I can show you Viola's accessories. So like I said, she comes with the comb and the stand, and then she also has this fanny pack. I feel like I didn't even notice this because I wasn't paying attention while I was unboxing. But there's definitely a lot of color bleed here, like where it has the RH charms on the zipper. There's purple like underneath it, and also there's a little spot right here. I don't know if you'll be able to see that on camera. So the painting is not necessarily the best. All around the strap, it just says rainbow over and over and over again. And then it does have two little like pegs here and then the two holes so you can like close it nice and secure. And I want to say that this fits, I think it's advertised as fitting around her chest. We'll see if we can fit it like around her chest and then also around her waist because I am curious to see like what the versatility is there. Then she comes with this super cute Rainbow Fizz little soda bottle. I am a sucker for this. I don't know why. Like something about miniature drinks. Because like I have said this before recently. I'm not always the biggest like accessory person, but something about miniature drinks is just weirdly cute to me. Her food item is a little less cute. These are sparkle chips, and I don't know. For me personally, they just don't hold as much charm. Of course, I could see why like a kid might still like this for play purposes. So I'm not trying to knock it too hard. Just like for me, this isn't like a selling point, I guess you could say. But I do think this next item she comes with is actually so precious. So I guess it's like technically three items, but they all to go together. It's this little board game. I don't know how you would play this game. I don't know what the rules are, but I do think this is super, super cute. Like I just like all of the details on like the game board. I think that's really precious. There is like this line in the middle here where if it were a real game board, you could like fold it up and store it. If you look at the back, you can see there is no line. So it is not actually foldable. That does make me nervous because I feel like especially kids playing with this might see the line and like think about game boards and try to fold it and potentially break it. Maybe I'm just being paranoid with that though. I don't really know. But yeah, just so y'all know, there is no line back here. It's just like printed on the front to make it seem more realistic, but it doesn't actually fold up. I don't care about that. Like I'm not upset that it doesn't really fold up. I don't know, that was just where my brain went. But then to go along with that, there are two little playing pieces that are absolutely precious. So this one is, I'm looking for a horn and I don't see one. I think this is just a little like horse head piece. It's kind of hard to see on camera and I am sorry, but it's like a very translucent sort of lavender color. And then the second piece is a brighter purple and it is this crown piece. So I do think that's really cute. It is kind of funny to me. I'm going to try to like show you this from this angle. You can probably see, but the pieces are so big compared to the squares. So it is just like kind of comical because it would be very hard to like play this game with a piece this size. Obviously, like I get it. I mean, these are already very, very tiny pieces. These are already choking hazards, and I understand why they wouldn't want to make them even smaller because it's more of a choking hazard and also more likely to get lost. So like I don't care. It was something that struck me as comical, the idea that you really can't have one of these pieces taking up like fewer than two spaces on the board at any point in time. I don't know why I felt the need to point that out, but I did, so here I am. Anyway, though, let's get Viola off of her stand here so we can take a little look at her. She doesn't come with earrings, but she does still have earring holes. So if you have other earrings that you want to put in, you totally can. And then here is her face. I feel like she does have very simplistic makeup compared to the other characters in the line, but I'm not mad about it. I hope it shows up on camera. A little bit it is, but her eyeshadow seems from head on. It feels like just kind of a generic smoky eyeshadow. But when you turn it, there is a little bit of like shimmer and shine. And I do really like that just because compared to like the makeup we're going to see on Rosetta in a little bit, this is more simplistic, but I like the shimmer just because I am a shimmer person. I love me a good glitter. But I do think it adds a little something to her. Other than that, her face is like pretty basic, but that's chill. Her hair got that classic rainbow high crunch. Like it feels disgusting. But I know that after a wash and after some fighting with my detangling brush, it's going to be really nice. She does have tinsel in her hair. Like I can pull this strand out so maybe you can kind of see it. It is a purple tinsel. Y'all probably know I don't really care about tinsel just because I really truly love glitter, like to such an extent that I don't care if it's harder to deal with because I like the fact that her hair is sparkly. But I know for some people that will be like frustrating and not something you like. So just kind of bear in mind that she does come with tinsel. Mine also has a little bit of an issue here. I'm really hoping I can fix that because it's like right at the hairline, so it feels kind of obvious. If not, I can like put some hair accessory or something up there. But yeah, other than that, we should check the rooting probably. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're gonna see this more so with Rosetta, and I mean you might be seeing it there. I do feel like this is a little bit thin. Um, like that is a huge amount of space to me to not have hair rooted into the doll. Granted, if you keep her in this ponytail style, it very clearly is like covering her scalp totally fine, and her ponytail looks plenty full. So if you're keeping her like this, I wouldn't say that the rooting is an issue, but if you plan on restyling the hair, maybe be aware of that. And again, we're going to get into that more with Rosetta. But then moving on down, of course, these dolls don't have the wrist articulation anymore, but we do still have elbow and then shoulder articulation. I just got her hand like fully stuck in her dress. So there's still a little bit of posability there in like the top half of the body. Her little like half hoodie here says rainbow on this arm and then high on this one. I love this like type of clothing. I have one of these and I honestly would love to get more. I don't know what it is. I just feel like it's a very fun silhouette to have like this hoodie that is effectively only sleeves. Oh, she's got a tea-tie there. Uh-oh. Is it truly an unboxing video with me if I don't forget a tea-tie somewhere? Okay. Problem hopefully solved. Hopefully that was the only one. But yeah, I genuinely love like this particular clothing item in real life, and so having it on a doll too is really fun. There is kind of the faux hood that's obviously too small for their heads, but like it's there, and the whole thing does just Velcro up in the back. If we go ahead and peel that off, you can see that her dress is just a strapless dress here. I want to keep it on so we can kind of like layer the fanny pack over it to see how well that fits. But yeah, so she's got like this strapless, very poofy skirted dress, and this is honestly really fun. It's so comical to me because I'm getting to the age where I'm seeing things like come back into style. So like when I was in high school, I religiously to my homecomings and like school dances wore this type of like bubble sort of skirt. I don't know why. I just was like, oh, this looks amazing on me. Spoiler alert, it didn't. But I feel like they're like kind of resurging now. And I mean, obviously we're seeing one on her here. And I do think it looks a lot better on the doll than it did on me. I think that this mix of almost a more formal feeling, maybe that's just because that's where I wore it, but to me, a more formal feeling dress, especially with like this like satiny kind of sheen to the material with the hoodie, I really like it. Like I feel like that's a very fun and well executed way to kind of mix the different styles, I guess you would say. I just think it's kind of nifty. But of course, that brings us down to the legs, which are arguably like the big part of this review, right? I feel like I need to move Rosetta. When I'm looking at the legs, because they're clear, I feel like you're seeing her too much and not seeing Viola enough, and we need to give her her moment in the spotlight. So I will say the seam here is a little messy. I don't know how well you can see that. I'm gonna like run my nail along it by the mic so you can maybe hear it. Versus the seam on her other leg. I know y'all didn't hear shit, but I promise you, I'm like running along this leg and you hear nothing versus this leg. So I just felt like I had to do it with sound because I feel like you can't really see it necessarily super well. But the seam is a little bit weird here. That being said, it is secure. She's not like leaking any liquid. So like I would rather the seam be a little uneven than be leaking everywhere. I feel like that would be just such a disaster if you open your doll and she's just wet with oil everywhere. So that's super chill. As you can see in the bottom of her legs here, we've got kind of this like pinky purple glitter and then also some silver holographic glitter. I'm still kind of weirded out by the whole leg thing because I just don't feel like it makes sense within the Rainbow High universe. But like at the same time, it's glitter, so it's so hard for me to be like mad about it. But the true test, I know the results already. But for you guys, so as you can see, we're getting some snow globing, and this is like starting to trickle down. But I feel like a lot of it, unless you shake very hard like that, gets stuck up in her like legs. I'm trying to like get as much as I can out. And then even when you turn her back, like it's definitely better. I feel like it gets less stuck up at the thigh, but it does get a little bit stuck at the bottom. That being said, if you shake it, it does still work. It's not like it's not functional. But if you were hoping for like a super, super easy sort of snow globe effect, maybe this isn't it. I'm not really upset about it because I do feel like their limbs are so thin here. Like the ankle is so thin that it kind of makes sense to me that glitter would get a little stuck there, especially if you leave her standing for a long period of time. Like I could understand why it would kind of get stuck and be harder to move. Because I mean, even that second time, a lot more came down right away. So I feel like the glitter might take some shaking, some finessing potentially, but it does still work, which is nice. Because like, listen, I totally understand if this isn't for you, if this is like not Rainbow High to you, but I will be sitting here tilting this poor doll all over the place to watch her glitter move. But anyway, we're not actually done. I need to finish this up. Then the last little thing that she has like on her is these sneakers. So they're kind of just generic sneakers, but she does have almost like doodles kind of all over them with rainbow and like lightning bolts and stuff. And they are different on both sides, which I think is really fun. As someone who actively did this to all of my shoes when I was in school, because I'd get like bored in class and doodle all over my shoes and my pants and literally anything I could put a pen to. I really love this aesthetic. I think it's really, really cute for her. I don't know if I like the color of the platforms just because I feel like it is a little bit at odds with the rest of her. Like it doesn't look that bad against my background, but I have seen some pictures of her on Instagram where I hikey thought that the bottom of the shoe was like bright orange just because of the lighting or like whatever background it might be against. So I don't know if I'm like obsessed with that, but that's kind of a nitpick. Anyway, though, let me see where all I can get this fanny pack to fit. Okay, so first test, technically it does fit around her waist, but like there's a lot of excess space there. And I mean, let's see. I'm sorry, I need like all my strength. So you can push it a little bit further down on her hip, just about to where like the seam is of the dress. And I feel like that looks a little bit better. It's not, I don't think it's my favorite orientation. Maybe it's growing on me. I don't know. But yeah, so it kind of fits more on her hip than her like waist proper. To be fair though, I guess that's like how you would wear a fanny pack. Me like, oh my gosh, it doesn't fit her waist. Also me apparently doesn't know how to wear a fanny pack. Anyway, and then if you go kind of across the chest, that very, very much fits as well. So I do like the fact that you can get it to fit in both places. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit nervous about that, like unboxing it, because this came packaged off of the doll, like it came packaged separately. So I was just a wee bit nervous that this was gonna be like, oh, you have to wear it like this, or like you can only wear it the one way instead of having that versatility. So I do like that you can fit it kind of a couple different ways on the doll. Obviously you don't like have to have her wear it, but I don't know, I like that it's not only suitable in one way. I feel like that's nice that you can do a few different things with her. But I need to pop her back on her stand. And then I guess we're gonna leave her out of frame so that we can take a look at Rosetta. And we'll bring her back for the end. I promise I'm not gonna be that mean to her. So Rosetta also comes with the comb and the stand. And then for her accessories, She has got this little ice cream that's very much giving like sherbet to me. It makes me want ice cream actually quite aggressively. So if that was the idea, it's working. She also comes with a second food item. This is like a stack of pancakes. My brain sees the strawberry and is like, oh, strawberry shortcake, but like that kind of looks like pancakes. It's some sort of like sweet treat, some breakfasty dessert item. I don't know. It's cute though. The strawberry is like painted well and everything, so that's nice. Then she has her phone. So she's got like this pastel unicorn rainbow background, and then the like body of the phone is just kind of this white, like faintly pearlescent material, but she has a phone case to go with it. This is a cat, right? My husband saw it and was like, oh, is that a bear? But I'm pretty sure this is a cat because she's got some other cat themed stuff. And also like the pointy ears and the whisker. This is a cat. Anyway, though, it's like a semi-transparent, clear pink cat phone case. And I have been waiting to put this on. So, ooh, should I? Do you guys want to see it or do you want to hear it? Okay, I'm going to move the mic for a second so we can do both. I just felt like this little click could be really satisfying. What a letdown! Okay. Put in all that effort and it didn't even click. That's okay though. It looks really cute. I don't know why that was so disappointing to me. I was like, oh, it's going to be a really nice, satisfying click. Nope, it just kind of slid on there. But that's fine. Anyway, this is what the phone and phone case look like when they've been put together. So then there is like the thumb grip so she can hold it. I think it's cute, but I'm a sucker for cats, so like kind of easy to get me with that one. The other thing that makes me think it is a cat, like I said, there's other cat items, like this cat fan, also with a thumb grip. This is so cute. I just like anything with cats. It's not printed on the back, but it's printed on the front, or like it has a sticker on the front, and it's adorable. But what is obviously the superior accessory is her bag. And I like so many things about this doll, but I think this strawberry bag is probably my favorite thing about her. I don't know what it is. I love like fruit themed clothing, not necessarily for myself, just because like that's not always my style, but in general, like I just love seeing it out in the wild on other people or on like clothing store racks or on dolls. So a strawberry bag, so cute. The handle is like this more malleable plastic, and then the main body is like a hard plastic, but there's a hinge here. And I didn't know this because I say this so frequently. When I know I'm going to review a doll, I don't watch other people's reviews because I don't want to be influenced by them to like have a certain opinion. Like I want to give you guys my raw, unfiltered thoughts as much as possible. So up until the point where I unboxed this, I thought this was just solid. And then I saw it and was like, that's a hinge. It opens. And I just love that. Because I kind of feel bad for dogging on Rainbow High. This one's going to be satisfying. Oh, let's get that by the mic. It'll make up for the other one. Oh yeah, that was good. But I do feel like we can collectively say that in some regards, Rainbow High is diminishing in their quality. I mean, the big one obviously is the articulation, like the loss of the wrist articulation. That one hurt. While they are definitely gearing towards kids more, that to me is like a little bit more of a matter of opinion when it comes to aesthetics, just because like, okay, yeah, maybe not everyone in like the collector space likes the super rainbow glittery thing. And I get that. Like I fully understand and you are absolutely valid if you have that opinion. But like that is more of a personal preference thing. Whereas like losing articulation that we used to have is definitely more of a loss of quality to me. All of that to say, I would not have necessarily expected Rainbow High at this point in time to put out a bag that like has a proper hinge and everything, but they did, and I love that for them. That was a lot of talk just about a strawberry. Sorry. Now it's time to get into Rosetta overall. So this is my girl. She's so pretty. She's so pretty, and I'm gonna be honest, I have to point this out immediately. She has like a defect or like a misprint on her lashes, like the lower painted lashes here. It's not that severe. I think it's really funny because I fully like saw 3 or 4 of her on the shelf and I was so excited that I just like blacked out and grabbed the first one. Like normally I feel like I'm pretty good about if there's multiples of a doll on the shelf, checking their paint and everything. But I saw her and was like, there's nothing that's immediately glaringly obvious to me. And I just put her in my cart. So that one's on me. Like I could have gotten an exchange and like gotten a different one. But for me personally, I feel like I can fix that with paint and I'm not that worried about it just because it does feel very fixable. But for you guys, do better than me and be more careful to actually check. I just thought that was really funny. Aside from that, though, her makeup is so fun and beautiful. But this is what I mean by like Viola kind of looks more plain in comparison in the face. Because Rosetta's got all this like crazy graphic liner and like all these colors and everything. She's beautiful. Like she is stunning and I love her. Two absolute bits and pieces. Her hairstyle I think is really cute and I love the hair blend. Like this particular kind of rainbow is just so pretty, but we can no longer go without addressing the elephant in the room, which is this rooting pattern. And like, I would love to be optimistic and be like, oh, once I wash it and like it's not just aggressively parted to the side, it might be better. And it probably will be better. Like, if we're being honest, it probably will be better. However, that's still a lot. Like this here is the plastic tie. So don't count that. That's a lot of empty space on the head. So it is kind of rough to me. Like I will do my best to make it look as good as possible, but I feel like it is going to be a struggle to like make her feel like she has a full head back here. I mean, even if I try to kind of comb it, it's not the worst, but I feel like you can still kind of see where like the plugs are. Like it definitely is kind of thin on the head. I was low-key hoping it was just Rosetta or even just my Rosetta, but the fact that my Viola feels like she has a very similar rooting pattern makes me feel like maybe in general this line just doesn't have the best rooting, which is unfortunate. She's still really cute, but like obviously I'm not going to sugarcoat it and not tell you guys about that. So kind of be aware. I feel like she's very thickly rooted up at the front because she's got these two braids, but I think it's like to the detriment of the back of her head. So I don't know. Anyway, though, moving on down, she's got this adorable hoodie. It's so stinking cute. There's the little cat on the front and the strings and like the half zipped faux zipper here, which is just so cute. The pockets are completely sewn, so they're not like real pockets. They are just kind of embellished on there, but they still look really nice. I do have a few loose threads on mine. I just think it's so cute. Again, we've got like the hood here and it does just go up the back. I am going to take this one off because she has like a full shirt underneath. So I want you guys to be able to see what that looks like. So this is what like the hoodie piece looks like off with like the hood kind of undone. I really do appreciate the detail in the front, like the faux zipper and everything. That looks really nice. And the fact that there's, you know, oh, proper strings. Like it really is threaded through there. Interesting. I like that. I feel like that feels like a really, I mean, aside from the loose threads, it feels like a very quality piece. And then this is what she's got going on underneath. I'm trying to see, actually. Hold on. Now I'm doubting myself. Okay. So if you undo her skirt a little bit, you can see this is just a shirt. It was tucked in so thoroughly, I thought for a second it might be a bodysuit. But no, it's just like a long sleeve shirt. I love the colors on this. It's so bright and so pretty. It's like highlighters. Like if you get a fresh box of highlighters, this is kind of what that feels like. And I really do love it. I think it's just like a cute piece. It's just kind of a basic long sleeve, but there's something really charming about it. Then her skirt here is like this funky kind of rainbow tweed with a few sequins sewn on. It's hilarious because like with this, I feel like everything works. Like I feel like this kind of ties it together where it's like a good balance between the more muted colors here and the super vibrant colors of the undershirt. Without it though, I'm like, girl, this is not, at least for me, this kind of like doesn't work together. I don't know if I'll keep her in this skirt. I haven't quite decided yet because I kind of go back and forth on it. Like when I look at her like this, I'm like, my God, I need to change that skirt. But it did look really cute, like in the box. So I guess we'll see. I haven't decided yet, but this is the skirt here. It's got kind of a tighter like midsection and then a slight ruffling or like a slight flare. I'm not sure what you call that precisely, but like around the bottom. It's cute. I do think it looks really nice. Let's test out her glitter. So she has like red and holographic silver. So yeah, you can see it's kind of the same thing where there is a decent amount that's stuck up there. But if I kind of shake her, let me see if I shake like this. She's got a decent amount stuck there. But I do feel like it's kind of similar to Viola, where like you could work at it and get it out. And then it all just floats down. It's pretty. Like, again, I 100% get people not liking it. I'm simple, and if you put glitter in something, I'm gonna like it more. I do think the red was an interesting choice, because like she doesn't really have red anywhere else on her. But surprisingly, it doesn't bother me. I feel like that could have been something that really irritated me, but I'm not mad at it. Then her shoes. These are super, super cute shoes. Again, a little bit of like a painting issue where like the sole of the shoe is supposed to be, I was not even in frame. The sole of the shoe is supposed to be this purple, but it's kind of bleeding up onto the platform here and here as well. Let's see the other side. Yeah, it's like very inconsistent kind of all over. Even like the squiggle, like on this one, I don't know how easily you'll be able to see, but the mold of the squiggle is here where my fingernail is resting, but the paint is here. So it's off by like a millimeter, which I understand is not a lot, but it's just kind of sad to see that it's like not perfect on there. It seems like the top with the pearls and the bows is a little bit better. At first glance, like if you're looking at it like this, it looks totally fine. Like it doesn't look like there's a problem at all. But once you start examining it, you're like, oh, there's a lot that's kind of off. Like the pearls here are a little bit off. So I guess just as much as possible, be careful with the paint on these when you're seeing them in stores. But let's get everyone back in frame here because it's time for my final thoughts. I don't know why I said it like that. Final thoughts. The designs are really, really, really cute to me. Like, I feel so bad again pairing them up like this because, sorry, Viola, but Rosetta is better, like design wise. But I do think that they are both cute. I'm happy to have both of them in my collection, and I still do want the other two from the line because, like, they're kind of adorable. But that being said, I do feel like there are a few quality issues, namely with the like paint and the rooting. I think are the two biggest things because, like I said, there's the paint issue on the fanny pack here and then also on the shoes here. Both dolls seem to have kind of lackluster rooting, so it doesn't necessarily feel like, I mean, I can't say obviously that it's every single one, but it does feel like it might be common enough that if I've gotten two that have bad rooting and paint issues, that it might be kind of an issue with this line. Maybe that's something that if they make like a second run of them might improve, but just kind of be wary of that and make sure you are, again, not acting like me and doing your due diligence if you are buying these dolls in person and actually checking them. Obviously, if you buy online, like, it's kind of just luck of the draw, so I wish you luck. But yeah, like if you are getting them in person, kind of try to look at everything that you can feasibly look at within the box. But on the bright side, I do feel like the clothing pieces do feel pretty quality. Again, like I know there are loose threads on this, but it's not terrible, and everything else feels really, really nice. This hoodie felt nice. Like this quality of this satiny fabric doesn't feel horrifically papery like some like faux satins can for dolls. So I really do appreciate that. I think for the most part, the accessories are quite cute coming from a not accessory person. So again, that's another good thing. It is kind of funny because like low key, it's giving Monster High vibes, especially with Viola, where she's got her designated food and beverage and then like her other accessories. Obviously, Monster High doesn't have a monopoly on doing that. I just think it's funny because, again, I've been unboxing so many of them lately that like that's a trend with Monster High dolls is you almost always get a food, a beverage, and then other accessories. So it's just like funny to see. But yeah, that's more of just like an observation than a detriment. So overall, I would say if you like the designs and the glitter doesn't bother you, these are really nice dolls. Again, kind of be on the lookout for some of the quality control issues if you can. But for me, they're relatively minor. I don't know. I guess her face is messed up too. I kind of forgot about that. Okay, scratch that. There are some quality control issues with these dolls. That being said, if you can buy in person so you can kind of like examine them, I do still think they're worth it if you like the glitter. If you don't like the glitter and you want to rebody these dolls, obviously like it's your money. You can do what you want with your money. Me personally, I wait for a sale because I feel like I wouldn't want to pay, I think $25 for a doll that like I don't like the body of, like the legs of, because it's not just like, oh, it's a lack of articulation. It is also the aesthetic is like not fully human-esque, I guess you would say. So again, like obviously if you want to spend full price, that's your prerogative. I'm not here to stop you. But that would just be my advice is like if you plan on rebodying these dolls, maybe it would be good to wait for a sale. Because I feel like between that and the quality control issues, if you don't like the glitter aspect, I don't necessarily think that they're worth full price. But you know, obviously y'all will have to let me know your own opinions. I feel like I've been blabbering for a while, so my apologies if I have been rambling, but hopefully you're able to get something out of it, whether it's like fun or informative. I just hope this video was beneficial for you in some way. Definitely let me know your thoughts on these in the comments below. If you guys have them, have you experienced like similar quality control issues? Because again, like I feel like getting the two and having the quality control issues, I feel reasonably confident saying that it is something that's going on with the line, but also I don't want to just be slandering the dolls if that's not true. So if you have gotten them, please sound out in the comments down below if you have also experienced the quality control or if yours are perfect and I'm just unlucky. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for me today, guys. I do hope you have a lovely rest of your day or your night or whatever it might be, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.